We get ready to go live. Hey Jesse, how you doing, my friend? Hey. Give him a little bit of time to join us. You got anything you want to ask me about any of the questions or the things that we said before? I want you to go ahead on and say something to me. Let's get ready to get started here. Today, y'all, we got a good lesson today. We got a really good lesson today. Yeah, we got a really, really good lesson today that I want to talk about tonight. That is, it's an amazing lesson. I'm just trying to get this music right. I don't want it too loud. Sometimes on my YouTubes, it's like you can't hear me. I'm not sure what that's about. I'm going to try to figure that out today. I don't know why that's doing that, but we'll figure it out. But anyway, I want to talk to us a little bit tonight. How you doing, Four Corners? We got a lot of different things going on in our community. And we got a lot of conversations going on. And one of the conversations that I'm not hearing too much about is, I know that everybody's waking up. A lot of us are waking up to realizing that we are Israel. My question would be, now that we're waking up, what now? Do we just continue to talk, or do we begin to now to change our directives or our direction? Do we begin to, let me go over to Leviticus 18 real quick. Leviticus 18, I'm going to go over there real quick. Because, how you doing, JD? Because where we are now is, we're learning that we are Israel. And I know that there's more people that believe that we're Israel than not. Thank you for the likes. How you doing, JD White? So let's go to Leviticus 18, because I believe this is where we have to start at as men and brethren. This is where we have to start at if we are going to begin to divert the punishment. So Leviticus 19, verse 18. Let's go there real quick. Leviticus 19, verse 18. And he says, this is for my brothers. It says, look, thou shalt not, verse 18, take avenge nor bear a grudge against thy people. So I believe that the first thing we need to do is we need to begin to get rid of all of our differences, all of our hate that we have towards one another, all of our covetousness that we have towards one another. I believe that the first place we got to start as Israel is we got to really begin to love one another. And by that I mean if I see you need something, or you see me, or we see them, or they see us, we need to be ready to come together and to make sure that each and every one of us are taken care of, because we're a nation. Now, the tithing, which was a national tax that they turned into a church dues, pay your dues for this church, which is your tithe, was really for the nation, to make sure that there was none of us that were impoverished. Now, here he says, thou shalt not avenge nor bear a grudge. All of the get back, I'm going to get you back. I can't stand him, or I can't stand her. Go. Let me read something to you from the New Testament on how Paul told us to deal with that in Ephesians chapter number, I believe it's chapter 11, I believe. Hey, Lincoln, how you doing tonight, my friend? Hadn't seen you in a while, man. How you doing? But anyway, it says, thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in no wise rebuke thy neighbor, and not suffer sin upon him. Hey, Golden G, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you again, too. Thank God for y'all, man, coming in tonight. So, as we're waking up as Israel, how you doing, Barbie? Hey, James, what's going on with you? As we're waking up as Israel, Iron Man, what's going on? Man, some good people coming in here tonight, man. Y'all come on in. Let's sit down. Let's reason together. Let us reason together. And tonight, I want to talk about, what do we do from here? What do we do now? Now that we're waking up, now that we're being taught who we are and whose we are, now that we're being told that we got to stand to the law of God, regardless, and we got to stand to it regardless of whether who goes and who don't go. But that does not mean I need to be trying to debate with you about who I am and whose I am. I'm going to tell us something tonight, and I want to be very, very plain and very, very point blank about this. Don't get into a debate with no one about who you are and whose you are. Your job is not to convince nobody of who you are and whose you are. Trust me. If you get caught up into that, you will find yourself sinning, because one of the sins of Israel is to be great debaters. So we don't want to debate what we know. You follow me? The Bible gives a clear description of who Israel is. Once you have established that within you, and you want to live by the Torah, the laws of God, the moral standards of God, don't you let nobody, I mean, hey D, nobody change that, okay? Because that is your identity. And the reason I'm saying that is because I see a lot more and more people trying to convince other people of who they are and whose they are. It's one thing to teach, but you can only teach those who want to be taught. You can't teach someone that does not want to be taught. In other words, don't cast your pearls, your value, to a swine of no value. You follow me? Because they're going to trod on it, throw it out, and it has no avail to them. And you will find yourself trying to convince them of who you are, and even in some cases of who they are. You can tell them, but don't try to consistently convince them. You follow me? And I'm saying this for a reason. The reason I'm saying this is so that you don't find yourself in a battle of scripture trying to prove to someone who you are. Let's move from here. Those of us that know, let's move on. Those that are on the fence, they'll go one way or the other way. It's up to them. But it is not our job. Let me tell you, God did not give us the mandate to be the police for the kingdom. As a matter of fact, God does not need police for the kingdom. He didn't call not one of us to be police. And you know what police is? That word police just means policy enforcer. So I'm not here to enforce the law of God on you. That's not my job. We can talk about it. That's why the scripture says, come, let us reason together. We can talk about it, but it is not necessary for me to try to convince you that it is the standard of living. I'm going to tell you that. Now, if you want to be like the eunuch, and what did the eunuch say to Stephen? The eunuch said to Stephen, how can I understand it except one teach me? Now, when they want to know, just like on the day of Pentecost, when they say, what must we do to be saved? They wanted to know. Now, once they want to know, and the only reason they're going to want to know is when they see something different about us. When they see that we're opening up community centers again. When they see that our brothers who they thought was down and out are around with their lawn care business, their carpet cleaning business, their car wash business, their pressure washing business, their laundromats. They're moving around. They've opened up schools, home schools. They're doing things within their community. When they see that, then you won't have to beg them to become a part. Hey, Sister Brandy, thank you for coming on, young lady. We don't have to beg them to become a part of what God is doing. But so now I believe it's time to take it to the next phase. And the next phase will be organizing, ground roots. And it don't take a whole lot. For the scripture says, where there are 2 or 3 gathered in my name. He was talking about Israel. If we're just together, if it's me and somebody in Oklahoma, you and somebody in Pennsylvania, you and somebody in Texas, it don't take a whole lot of us. It just takes where we are in agreement. Now that we're in agreement, we can begin to move forward. And we can begin to open up the business. And now what we're going to do is not only open up businesses, but we're going to begin to teach people in our community that want to know. We're not running around trying to beg people to become a part. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're going to tell them, and that's it. We're going to talk to them and keep it moving. But we're not going to be trying to debate you and argue with you. If you want to remain a Christendom, then that's fine. That's you. I'm not mad at you. I'm not holding a grudge at you. I'm not even going to try to persuade you not to. Because you feel like it's working for you. That's fine. If that's all that you know and that's all that you want to know, do you. But as for me and what I believe in my house, we're going to serve the Lord. But it is not my responsibility I'm just here to tell you. I'm not here to persuade you. I need you to understand that. Once you understand that, then we can move forward together, and now we can begin to open up these businesses, the corner stores again. Now we can begin to do our homeschooling where we're writing our own curriculum. Because you can get funding for that. You know what I'm saying? To teach your children your history in a school setting and get paid for that. These are some of the things that we want to talk about as we begin to pull this thing together. Because there's a lot of conversations going on everywhere. You cannot, right now, if you get off this live and you go anywhere on TikTok, I guarantee you're going to find 10, 15 more lives just like this right now telling you that you're Israel. But we're going to go a step further. Because now that we know that we're Israel, and I believe that of my friends over on YouTube, and I believe that my friends over here on TikTok, I believe that we all know that we are Israel. And the one thing that you do know is that don't get into the debates. I'm not here to debate with you. I'm not here, none of that. If you believe it, you believe it. You don't, you don't. And I encourage you, don't go into the debate. Let's go, what do we do from here? So tonight, I'm going to talk to us. The first thing I wanted to say was coming from Leviticus 19. We got to not hold avenges, not hold grudges, and don't try to avenge, okay? Well, we're going to love each other like we love ourselves, okay? And by that, I mean, if I got, you got. If you got, I got. If we got, they got. If they got, we got. Y'all follow me, right? I need you to understand that because this is very important. Because a part of the law says that none of us should be in poverty. That's a part of the standard for Israel, that we shouldn't be in poverty. So now what we got to do is we got to begin to read the law so that we can come out of this situation. So that we can become, there we go, let us reason together. Thank you for that. So we can get out of this situation collectively. We don't want to, and those that want to go, those that don't want to go, stay. That's on them. But I believe we can open up the car washes. I believe that we can open up I believe we can take school photography back over, because they're taking all the money out of the inner schools that belong to us. Why are we allowing that to happen? That's $1 million. The company that runs that is worth a couple of $1 billion a year. And the majority of that money comes directly from inner city schools that are filled with us. Let's take that back. Let's take back our beauty product. Let's take that back. Even if we have to go to each other's houses and purchase from a person's house just to not have to go to the beauty shop, let's do it that way. If you don't have a black-owned beauty shop or an Israel-owned beauty shop in your neighborhood, baby, don't worry about it. Come to my house. Come over here. We got you covered. Let's change our diets. Let's realize that, yeah, we like pig, we like chitlins, and we like all of these things that are not good for our bodies. It might be good for their bodies, but God told us don't do it because it's not good for our bodies. Let's get out of that mess. Let us get out of that, and let us get out of that quickly. So that we can be healed, because we are supposed to be the most healed people it is. No one should be more healthy than Israel. That's a sign of who we are. Either we are extremely healthy or extremely sick. Let's flip the coin. Let's get on the heal side. Let's get on the lending side. Let's get on the owning the land side. Let's begin to take back what belongs to us. And we're not taking it back from a forceful place. The way we're taking it back is we're taking it back by conversations, and we're coming up with grassroots projects that are going to allow us to manage, maintain, and come out of this hole with flying colors. And we're going to keep it quiet. I'm going to talk loud on here, but I'm going to begin to, and y'all work with me now. If you believe that we can do this, type it in the comment that we can come together. Type it in the comments that we can come together. If you believe that we can do this. Let's see. If you believe that we can come together, type it in the comments. Because I believe that we can do it. I believe that we can take over non-emergency medical transportation. I believe that we can take over everybody is trying to get into real estate, but let's take it a step further. Let's go get our insurance license so we can begin to pass wealth in our community. Let's start associations so that we can begin to create associations and purchase insurance in our neighborhood on each other, so that the money no longer is going to outside of our communities. Now the millions are coming back to us. Let's begin to build things together. Let's begin to build new homes and new houses. Let's begin to own. See, it's a sad day when you live in a city like Baltimore, when you live in a city like Atlanta, a city like Philly, a city like all of these cities that are majority black, but we don't own the majority of the property. Something is wrong. But believe me, if we can listen, if we can come together, get over our differences. Don't worry about this person and that person, what they did, their background. Let's move forward. If they are willing to forgive and forget, in other words, we're not holding a grudge and we're not trying to avenge. And the thing about it, we're not tolerating it within the organization. We're not tolerating it within the nation. That's not what we're going to tolerate. It's time to take this to a new level. So if you got a grudge against somebody, thank you for that over there. If you got a grudge against somebody, drop it tonight. If you do, drop it tonight. I want you to release that man, release that woman, release that child, release that father, release that mother. Let it go. Don't revisit it. Pray, ask God to take it away from you that you can't even remember it no more. Because it's holding us back. But I believe now, Israel, we can rise. We can rise up now and begin to take the corner stores back. We can make our streets safe again. It's okay for a brother to tell another brother, I love you, man. It's okay for a sister to not hate on another sister for whatever reason, and we can begin to embrace each other again. We can bring our families back together again. I believe we can do that. I believe we can do that. Matter of fact, I'm going to go further. I know we can do it. We can overcome our differences. We can begin to change the way the court system is working against us by just changing how we think towards ourselves. As some of us who are not working and not doing a whole lot, go down to the courthouse just to support somebody. See, a lot of times people go to jail for a lot of years because they don't have no support, nobody. So they go before the judge and they don't have nobody. They just throw them away like they mean nothing, but they look like us. So if they can do it to them, they can do it to you. Because listen, you got to remember, every one of us is the man in the mirror. So no matter how you look at it, they look at us as they look at us collectively. So let's change how we see each other so we can change how they see us. Let's put down our pew-pews. Let's cut that out. We don't need to make a Glock or whatever, the Rutgers or any of the manufacturers of pew-pews rich. We don't need to make them rich anymore. Let's not make the richest part of our community is a funeral home and the church. Let's not make them rich like that no more. Let's change the trajectory of where our money is going. Let's put it more into the grocery store. Let's begin to build our own banks, our own schools, our own hospitals. Let's begin to do it our way, our own grocery stores. We can do it. We can do it, and we can do it right now. So how are we going to do it? I'm so glad that you asked. The first thing we got to do is we got to repent. And when I say repent, I'm not speaking of repentance from a church place. I'm not speaking from a church place. What I'm speaking of is repentance is going back to the Torah. What I just read to you from Leviticus 18, that's in the Torah. Don't hold a grudge. Don't avenge, love your neighbor as yourself. That's a part of the moral standards of God for the nation. You got to hear me. And yeah, we got to fight. And the way we got to fight is we got to fight within ourselves. And I mean you as a person. Not me, you. You got to fight you. You got to fight you, your urge to have an alt against your brother. You got to fight you, your urge to have an alt against your sister. You got to fight you yourself. This is why I say, let a man examine himself. This is what Paul says. They do this every first Sunday in the Christian church, and they tell us that they call it the communion. But Paul was really speaking to a nation. He says, let a man examine himself, see if there be any wickedness in him. What's wickedness? What's wickedness? Wickedness is anything that you do that is against the law of God, okay? So in other words, wickedness is the Antichrist, okay? So if you are fighting God, you are the Antichrist. If you are fighting God, you are the Antichrist. And so a lot of people are looking for the Antichrist, and all you got to do is look in the mirror. Because if you're not willing to keep the standards of God, it says, ye shall fear every man his mother and his father, and keep my Sabbaths. I am the Lord your God. So we need to honor our fathers and our mothers. Yeah, my father wasn't there for me. My child is disrespectful. My mother did this. We got to learn to overcome that, get past that. Because the law supersedes my opinion about you. The law of God supersedes my opinion about you. And so therefore, I'm not going to hold a grudge, nor am I going to try to avenge. We got to get better at this. And the only way we're going to get better at this is we got to begin to challenge ourselves. And by that I mean you got to challenge you. You got to hold your own self to the fire. You got to fight within you. And I'm going to tell you something. It's going to bring some tears out of your eyes. Because some of us got some stuff so built up in us over stuff that we holding up over people. You done this to me. They done that to me. This happened to me. That happened to me. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to free you up right now. What's your question, Brother Memphis? Memphis Unitas? I'm going to free you up right now. If you could not handle it, you would not have been through it. It was only built to turn you into a brick house. It was only done to turn you into rock solid iron. It was only done because you were equipped to handle it. Stop using it as a crutch to be mad and angry and upset and hold grudges, and use it as a stepping stone to catapult you into pure destiny, to catapult you into gold, pure gold, untainted, to show forth the glory that God has bestowed upon you. Use that for that. And stop using it as a means that this is why I act this way. That's a cop-out. As a matter of fact, that's narcissistic behavior. That's what the type of behavior that is I'm always looking to blame you because I don't want to face me. Face yourself. I tell you what, I'm thank you for putting it that, because the scripture says that the violent take it by force. What he meant was, I'm going to take my joy back at the expense of my flesh, at the expense of my ego, at the expense of my emotion. I'm going to take my joy back. I'm going to take back my holy living. I'm going to take back righteous standards at the expense of how I feel, at the expense of being humiliated, at the expense of it all because I'm doing it for the glory. What's the glory? The glory is me being obedient. Well, what does that mean? Psalms 91. And we're going to talk about this. It says, he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High. Now, where is the secret place of the Most High? The same book gives us the example or tells us where the secret place is. Where is the secret place? All of us has heard this scripture before, but we think this secret place is in a prayer closet. Let me tell you where the secret place is. We're going to go to Psalms 27 and 5, I think. 5. It says, matter of fact, I'm going to read verse 4, Psalms 27 and 4. One thing I desire of the Lord, that I will seek after. What is that one thing that I will seek after? That I may dwell in the house of the Lord. In the house of the Lord. All the days of my life. To behold the beauty of the Lord and to inquire in his temple. For in the time of trouble, this is the secret place. He shall hide me. He shall set me upon a rock. No, I went too far. He shall hide me in his pavilion, in his secret pavilion. They that dwell in the secret place of the Most High. Where is that secret place? His pavilion. Well, where is that, y'all? Listen what it says. It is upon a rock. What's the rock? Yahushua HaMashiach, Jesus Christ, is my rock. Colossians chapter 1, 26. What does it say? Chapter 1, verse 26, it says it like this. It says that the hope of glory is Christ in you. So as long as I am understanding that the law of God is where I need to be, I am in the way, therefore puts me in the pavilion, the secret place in the pavilion, which puts me under the shadow, because the pavilion is the covering, and I'm under the shadow, good God Almighty, under the Almighty. You got to hear me with your spirit. Because we got to get out of here. We got to get out of this situation. We got to get out of this sickness, this poverty. We got to get out of this unaliving, this hatred, this maliciousness, covetousness, this adultery, this fornication. We got to get out of this mess, y'all. We got to get out of this because the world needs to see us act like him. You got to hear me with your spirit tonight. You really got to hear me with your spirits. Because we got to take our streets back. I'm encouraging us to put your guns away. Don't use your pews no more. Get rid of that now. Tell your brothers that's walking around with them, give them a hug. Your sisters that's walking around and she thinks she needs to protect herself from her protector. Men, we got to start back protecting our women. And women, you got to sit down, shut up, be quiet. Stop being so combative. You got to hear me with the spirit for this. Because we can do it. We can do it. If you believe we can do it, type it in the comments. Yes, we can. That's what the man told us one time when he was running for president. But he was talking about a nation of the United States, but he didn't include us. I'm telling you, and I'm telling you that this is all inclusive for us. Yes, we can. We can do this if we want to. It's all up to us. It's all up to us. It's time now that we begin to change the trajectory. Love each other. How you doing, Pastor Knowledge? To God be the glory. I believe that we can do it if we want to. And I'm going to tell you this again. Let a man examine himself. We spend too much time examining other people. And let me tell you something. When someone is examining you, don't go back and forth with them. Please don't. Because you're going to find yourself in an argument. And when you find yourself in an argument, you're going to find yourself getting angry. And once you get angry, you're going to find yourself, it becomes extra hard not to sin. So don't go back and forth with, and I'm talking to me too. Don't find yourself going back and forth with people. Stop allowing people to pull you into unprofitable conversations. If the conversation is not profiting you and them collectively, don't have it. Even if it's your wife or your husband, your daughter, your child, your son, your uncle, your brother, it doesn't matter. If the conversation is not profitable, it's not necessary. You got to hear me. I'm trying to help us tonight. I'm trying to help us get beyond this mentality of depression, this mentality of covetousness and jealousy and maliciousness. Listen, if you can't have a conversation about somebody to encourage them, even if they're not even on the phone, hang up the phone. Don't call nobody to talk about somebody that you don't like no more. Because what you're doing now is you're speaking in the air. Do you know that your words are life-forming? The power of life is in the tongue. Y'all understand that, right? So when you're putting out of your mouth, you're actually speaking. And I'm going to tell you something, women, because you introduce life. Let me explain something to you. When you open your mouth, and you put your mouth on your man or on your children or on somebody else, do you know you are actually casting spells? And you wonder why things are just happening, because you are actually casting spells. Don't even realize you don't understand the value of your tongue, what's happening, because when you speak, your words become life-forming. When you speak out of your mouth, it shoots out to begin to formulate that which you sent it to do. And so when you're just out here just talking, you are really damaging not only you, because you're damaging someone else, but guess what happens? It's like a boomerang. You throw it out and it comes back. And so you're wondering why you can't, you're doing everything they say do. You done cut meat out. You done went all vegetarian. You done went and you done everything they said to do. But you still got cancer. You're about to give up. I'm going to tell you, don't give up. I'm going to tell you to stop gossiping. I'm going to tell you to stop backbiting. I'm going to tell you to stop being malicious. I'm going to tell you to let go of whoever you're holding a grudge against. Let that go. If it's a past relationship, let it go. If it's something that happened in childhood, let it go. If it's a job, someone took money from you, let it go. Because that's what's blocking your healing. Your healing is being stopped by your own mouth. You didn't expect this tonight, but you're going to get it anyway. And I thank God for you. Because it's time for us to be healed as a nation, as Israel. Let's take our cities back. Let's begin to take them back. And I got so much I want to give to us because I know that we can. I have, and you believe it or not now, I have already started putting nuggets in certain people. And y'all know who you are. Don't say nothing yet. But you know who you are. To just start beginning to take over certain areas and cities. And the thing about it, we're not doing it publicly. We're doing it secretly. So when you see it, baby, it's already done. But we got to come together as a nation again. We got to develop entrepreneurs. I'm going to tell you something. You know one of the easiest things to do? I'm going to give you a real nugget right now. Is find out how to get your notary in your city, in your state. Go get your notary. Become a licensed notarizer. Become a person that go to people's houses and you notarize bank papers for banks. Those things pay anywhere from $100 to $400. And because the market is changing, there is going to be a demand for notaries. Put that down. And it don't cost a whole lot. I'm going to give you another one. Go get your insurance license. Go get your insurance license, your life and health. Go get it. Go to class, get that. If you're wondering what to do, I'm going to teach you something on that later, how to develop that piece. Go and get your insurance license. Go and get it. There are companies that are begging for licensed agents all over the country. And then I'm going to show you how we're going to flip that for the nation of Israel. Wow, just go get it. Yeah, it is. Yes, she is. That's my daughter. We can do it. Thank you, Sister D. We can do it. I want you to go. And I just gave you 2 good nuggets. A notary. Sister Brandy, put up, yeah, man. Sister Brandy, put up there the name of the company that they can be doing the notarizing mortgages for, if you know any. But go and do it. You could become an online notary. In states like North Carolina, I know North Carolina allows you to do online notary. It means you can just be in North Carolina and notarize stuff in other places. All states don't offer that yet, but believe me, it's coming. These are little things that you can do, and I know a lot of people are doing a lot of, they call them, what they call them jobs? Some kind of jobs where you just kind of just gig jobs. A lot of people are doing gig jobs. I'm giving you some stuff tonight that's going to turn your gig into a whole income for you. That's what I want to do tonight. Because we got to take over. We got to go back and get the corner stores back. We got to go and and another thing, we got to start holding these churches to the fire. Where is the money going? Where is the money going? In your city, you probably got 1,000 churches that are black churches. Where's all the money going? 1,000 different light bills? Does that make sense? 1,000 different musicians? Does that make sense? And everybody is trying to get a little piece of the pie, $50, $100, $500, and you think you're doing something. You're only keeping your people down. You're only keeping the people down. It's time for the people to realize that, listen, we can't do it like this anymore. We got to do it God's way or no way at all. I'm trying to tell us something. I'm trying to help us to understand that there is a level of understanding. There is a level of understanding we got to get to, and we're going to get there only when we examine ourselves. Don't examine me. Examine you. Look at your own self. Can I say it the way I want to say it? Yeah, I'm going to say it the way I want to say it. Look at your own damn self. Yeah, I said it, and I meant it. Because we spend too much of our time spending it looking at other folks. what they doing. Right. Word, fix yourself. God, see if there is any wickedness in me, in me, in me. Don't worry about Unc. Don't worry about what's going on over here and what's going on over there. You worry about you and I worry about me, and we can come together and we can begin to take our cities back. We don't have to just own just the barbershop and the beauty salon and the church in our communities, and that's it. We need to own every house that's being built or being remodeled in our communities. Why is it someone that don't look like us doing the remodeling? Why is it that someone that don't look like us buying it up? Why can't we put our 2 pennies together, quarters and nickels and dime together, and buy these houses up? We got millions of our brothers that are coming out back to the streets with nowhere to go. Millions of our sisters that are living in slumlord places that don't look like us with nowhere to turn, but we got the skills. We got plenty of guys that know how to lay brick, know how to do plumbing, know how to do electrical work, know how to work on cars. We got it, but because we have been sold this trap, we refuse to help each other. Let's change out how we're looking at this thing, y'all. We're looking at it wrong. Y'all, we're looking at this so wrong. We're looking at this wrong. If we did this right, no boy that's got a daddy that's alive will be lacking anything. You know why? Because every man gonna make sure every man is not lacking nothing. And if the man's not lacking, guess who else is not gonna lack? His son is not gonna lack. And if his son don't lack, the woman that he marries, the woman that he got, his children ain't gonna lack. But we got to start somewhere, and we got to start within us. We can have our own auto mechanic. Let me tell you something. I'm going to say this. Because if we do this right, we can have our own on-the-job training programs and use the one-stop center to fund the training. Did y'all know that? I'm trying to teach you something. Do you know that there are grants that your state has right now in your community at your local one-stop center? You know what a one-stop is, right? The one-stop is the place where you go and you apply for jobs. So you can go there. And this brother could set up carpentry. And he could begin to go down and buy houses using the church money. Because the church got the money. They just got to come together. Buy the houses. You put brothers together that's going to rebuild the house. And not only that, we're going to buy land in the city. And we're going to start our own community gardens. We got some people that know how to do that. Why are we buying up all of this GMO stuff that Walmart and Target and all of these other places are selling us, and everything coming from a foreign country? And you know, in the black neighborhood, I'm going to say it plain, they only bring the worst food to us. Look at the dates on your bread. Look at the dates on your eggs. Look at the dates on your stuff in your grocery store, and then go to the north side of town and look at theirs. Same coming from the same factory, coming from the same warehouse, but your food is worse. Your cucumbers are soggy, not hard. Your tomatoes are rotten. Your oranges are soggy. And then they want to push GMO on your seedless everything. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to really mess you up too. Stop eating tilapia. It's a manufactured fish. They made it in a lab and put it in the water. I'm trying to help us. I'm trying to help us.
Well, you better slow down there. Keep it going. Don't stop. Wake us up. Wake up, Yasharel. Wake up, Israel. We are Yasharel.
We are.
Tell us the truth. You know, they ain't trying to teach us none of this truth inside the synagogues and fuck windows and fuck
They're
walls.
not going to
We gotta
teach
get
it.
it online now.
I'm trying to help us. I'm trying to help us. We got a real situation here. We can have, see, listen, if you are in the South, if you are in Georgia, this week right here is the planting week for Georgia. So if you want to plant a garden in Georgia, this is the week to start, right here. This is the planting week. Go get the Farmer's Almanac. Look in your community and see when your planting season is. Start planting some collard greens, some turnip greens, some watermelon, some corn, some black-eyed peas, some butter beans, some squash. Start planting and make it a garden for the community. Do you know you can run a business, out of your area, just by planting your own garden? Put your coins together if you eat meat. Go out in the country somewhere. Find you somebody that'll sell you a whole cow. You can buy a whole cow for $2,000 and divide it 4 ways. That's almost a year's worth of meat. Just like that. You done. Go buy you a goat. Put your coins together. Buy you the whole goat. We can do it together. We don't have to keep going down this thing that we're going down and being so sick like we are. He said, well, we can't do it. We can do it. We can. You got to get over you. That's our problem. We thinking that as long as I got the nicest car, as long as I'm wearing the latest gear, as long as I got the nicest hairstyle, as long as I'm living in the nicest neighborhood. But baby, I'm gonna tell you something. I don't care what neighborhood you live in, you're still a black man. I don't care, and they let us know that consistently. They put over black judges and put them in handcuffs. Go inside a black judge's chamber and tell him to get up off the bench. He don't belong there. Come on. And we're not crying out about this. Do you know the number one person that is coming up missing in America is black girls between the ages of 10 and 14? Do you know why? Because that age group, 74% chance ain't no man that's going to come looking for them. Did y'all know that? Y'all know that, right? There's a 74% chance that a black girl that's abducted ain't no man that look like me and you going to look for her. But you let one of them YNs, them YT people, young ones get caught. They will shut Philadelphia down for one. They'll shut Baltimore down, DC down, Atlanta down for one. But ours come up missing by the hundreds of thousands. And all we doing is saying, oh, she came up missing. And her little family is just looking for her. Y'all don't understand. I'm going to tell you something else. Do you know what the MIB is? The MIB is the Medical Information Bureau. And what they done was they put everybody's information, medical information, into a bureau, just kind of like the credit bureau. They know your blood type. They know whether you're legitimate. They know what sicknesses you could come up with, where you come from, all that. And they target these people at young ages to go out, especially young girls and young boys. Young girls, because of the purity. Young boys, for the adrenaline. Y'all understand this, right? And they want ours. It's something about us, y'all. It's something about us that we don't even know. There we go. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad. Thank you for putting that there, we the people. We got to do better. We got to make up in our mind. And all I'm doing, y'all, is tonight I'm just prepping us. I'm just prepping us. I want you to tell everybody you know they need to start coming here. Because we're going to start dropping some nuggets that's going to help us get out this mess. And we're going to start doing this thing here within the next month. What month is this? February. Yeah, sometime next month. Because it's time for us. We've been talking about all year the law and Israel. The year before that, the kingdom. It's time now that we begin to understand that there is more to it than just becoming Israel. Just saying I'm Israel. We are to be the showcase. And the only way we're going to do that is we got to get over ourselves. There is no big me in little you and little you in big me. Every last one of us has a contribution for all of us. I don't care how minute you think your contribution is. Your contribution is necessary for us all. Y'all hear me? Your contribution is necessary. Those who want to go, let's go. Those who don't hate on them. Don't mistreat them. But don't worry about them. You hear me, right? Those who want to go, don't hate on them. Don't mistreat them. But don't worry about them. Y'all feel me, right? Because we can't allow that to stop what God is moving, what God is doing now as a nation, as a community. And we're going to stay before the Lord. We're going to keep the Sabbath day. We're going to keep the holy days, Passover, unleavened bread. 2 times out the year, 3 times out the year, God called the men to come before him. Unleavened bread, Pentecost, and tabernacles. Unleavened bread is the feast of unleavened bread. Men, we go before the Lord. First day of feast of unleavened bread, the last day of the feast of unleavened bread, as a Sabbath unto the Lord. The day of Pentecost. What we do as men is we go outside and we praise God for 24 hours as men. That's what Pentecost was about. Why do you think 3,000 people came to Peter at those early hours in the morning? They were already praising God. So the more you talk about God, the more you are prepared to hear from God. That might have went over some of your head. The more you talk about God, the more you are prepared to hear from God. So what we want to do, right, is the Passover, unleavened bread, Pentecost, the Day of Atonement, the Feast of Trumpets, and the day of the Feast of Tabernacles. Those are the 7 that are mentioned in the book of Leviticus. There are a couple more. There's a Hanukkah and the Feast of Dedication. Which are, I think one of them is in Ezra, and the other one is in Jeremiah or Ezekiel, somewhere around there, Isaiah. But these are all holy days. But I know that the Bible tells us that they shall be perpetual. These things is what sets us apart as a nation. This stuff is what sets us apart. So as we open up our grocery stores and as we open up our banks again, as we begin to open up our hospitals and all of these things, and see, the hospital for us gonna shut down. Because you know why? We can afford to shut down because ain't no sick people. That's for other folks. Because our people ain't gonna be there. Our people are healed and not sick because we're keeping the standards of God. They already study you because they can't figure out how they can't break you. The stuff that we go through, most people would have been broke 1,000 times over. But we keep going. We're just resilient. We're resilient. Let's do it God's way, y'all. We got to get better at it. Go get your notary license. Go get your insurance license. As a matter of fact, get every kind of license you can get. Go get licensed up.
Hey,
Yes, sir.
I got a question for you, man. I've been enjoying listening to you for a long time, and
That's a great question, man. What I suggest is just live it. Live what God has given you. Keep studying the Torah. See, because, and the example that I would give would be like going to Walmart. If you go to Walmart, you're not going to look for me to help you find nothing in Walmart. You know why? Because I don't have on a uniform. So I don't represent Walmart. But when you go to Walmart, you look for a Walmart representative to help you with Walmart stuff. It could be Target, it could be the grocery store, wherever. But you look for the representative of that area. You follow me, right? So as you have been enlightened, I would encourage you. Don't try to force it. Don't get mad. I just said this. Don't get upset about it. You just keep doing what God told you to do. If God is going to reveal it to him, he will. If he's not, then he won't. It is your job for you to maintain it, and don't judge them. You follow me? We can get a little bit upset about that sometimes because
Yes, sir. All praises. I appreciate it.
yeah, we can get upset about it sometimes because we want it so bad. But the best way to win them over is through love and kindness.
May I say something to add to that, Unc?
Yes, sir.
To the brother, it's you just being the example. I'm telling you that because I have the same situation. I think a lot of us have the same situation where the ones that we grew up with, our mothers, fathers, grandmothers, grandpas, of course, they don't want to step out of it because they believe, that what they've learned is always going to be true. But what you do is you be that example. Don't let what they say, deter you. Stick to what you're doing. Stick to what the Most High is revealing to you. And I'm telling you, as a testimony, even to myself, my family still come around, because they used to certain things, but they ask me questions all the time. They're like, oh, I didn't know that. So I just give them an open door, to be able to call and talk to me about certain things that they're interested in, but I don't force it on them. I just stick to what I've been doing, and it's worked for me, because the Most High, he gets the increase. So you just keep on doing what you're doing. The Most High is going to allow those seeds that you have planted, and they're going to water, and guess who's going to be coming? The ones that doubted you, the ones that doubted the pathway that you want, because they're going to see the change. It's going to be so revealing that they ain't going to have no choice, like what the word say. It was a famine for the word, because they didn't know the word, so it was a famine for the word. They're going to be coming to you, bro. I'm telling you. All
Thank you,
praises.
brother. All praises. Thank you.
To God be the glory. Hey, Golden, how you doing? Golden Gates. Did you mean to come up?
Anything to say? Up there breathing.
I don't think they meant to say nothing. They muted their mic. But anyway,
Okay.
that's how you want to do that. But as a nation, y'all, hey, my man, go and read Proverbs 6:23. We the people put that up. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is a light. Okay, so either way, you're illuminating. But let's do it God's way. So as a nation, we have a responsibility, and our responsibility is to each one teach one. Let's begin to move together. We have some people on here. We have teachers on here that can help write curriculums. On just go and study the law. As a matter of fact, get the book. In the book, I've already laid out all of the categories of the law. So all I need now is someone who knows how to write curriculums to take the categories and write out a syllabus and begin to put together a curriculum so we can put this into homes so that we can begin to teach the law in our homes in homeschooling and get paid for it. I think you get $22,000 per child now. I think that's what that is now. Can you imagine? You could, as a mother, as someone that's staying home, you could open your house up, take 10 kids, $22,000. How much is that a year? And it didn't cost the people that brought their children nothing. As a matter of fact, you can give them a stipend for bringing their kids to the school. With that, $22,000, ain't that $220,000? I'm not sure. A year. Homeschooling. And you can teach the law because you wrote your own curriculum. The only thing about it is it has to be approved by the state. And that's fine, because as long as the curriculum is written according to the state's accreditation, you'll be fine. That's why we need a certified teacher, someone who's in the system that knows how to do that. We can do it. Brandy, Sister D. Washington says she's on YouTube. We can do it. That's just one way. And then we can also, these same children that we're teaching, we can use the church to say, okay, you got all this land over here. Let's do a community garden. Why can't we do a community garden? And on Sundays, people can come and get their food out the garden. Let the whole community come and help harvest it and pull the weeds out. Let's pull together. Now Will Smith's song, Summertime, makes sense, because now when we get together, summertime, we got all the fruit and the vegetables, and it don't cost nobody nothing. Because now you're not drinking Pepsi. Now you're drinking your own Kool-Aid from the plums that grew on the plum tree, watermelon juice, apple juice, orange juice that you making. This is what we can do, y'all. We can do it. Hey, can you hear me, D? I hope you can hear me. This is what we can do, y'all. We can do this. We can do this. 5 things that I want you to write down. School, bank, hospital, church, or community gathering place, and a grocery store. These are the targeted areas that hey, James, sorry about that, buddy. Thank you. These are the targeted areas that we want to put in every inner city in our country. And we want to call it ISREAL, House of Israel. Let's do it God's way. Let's put the laws up on them all. You know how you go into Chinese restaurants and they got in their little corner, they got their little shrine to their little gods over there. You go into Indian restaurants, they got their little shrine to their little gods over there. When you come to our house, baby, we gonna have our law up on the walls up in there, baby. We gonna have what our God say. We gonna have it, and on the Sabbath day, ain't nothing being sold, bought, cooked, and ain't nobody working. We can do it. We can do it. And we don't have to do it their way. We can pull together and do it. But we got to get to the law. We got to get to the law, because if we don't use the law, it's going to turn really chaotic quick. So we got to use the standards of the law to do it. Because listen to what he says. Psalms 91. I'm going to read this and then I'm going to be done. Psalms 91. Where am I at? What time is it? Okay, good. We're good. I got time. It says, shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I shall say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress, and my God, in him I will trust. He shall deliver me from the snare of the fowler, from the scourge pestilence. He going to deliver me from sickness. Good God Almighty. Y'all got to hear me with your spirit. All because I'm under the pavilion. The pavilion is where he's at. And I'm under the shadow of the pavilion. That's the secret place of the Almighty. I just told you that. Go back to Psalms 27, 4 and 5 to understand that. So here we go. It says, verse number 4, he shall cover thee with his feathers. Under his wings shall thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. What's the truth of God? Let me tell you what the truth of God is, because for those of us who don't want to know what that is, don't know already, Psalms 119 verses 151, I'm going to tell you right now what the truth of God is so we'll understand what the truth is. Psalms 119, 151. Watch this, watch this, watch this. Watch this. I'm going to read it to you real quick, real quick. Psalms 119 tells you what the truth is. 151. It's the longest chapter in the book of Psalms. 151. Here we go. It says, concerning the testimonies. No, that ain't it. That ain't it. That ain't it. That ain't it. Psalms 151. Yeah, there we go. And it says, for thou art near, O Lord, and thy commandments are truth. Y'all hear me? There we go, Mo Rich. The whole law. Thy commandments are truth. Listen to what he says in Psalms 191. In Psalms 91. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. So the law of God is our shield. That's how we protect. That's how we are protected. Y'all got to hear me with your spirit. Because if you really want protection, if you really want to get out of your situation, if you really want to get out of this mess, we got to do it God's way. Period. We don't get to be in today and out tomorrow. This is why he says in that day I will write my law where? In your heart, where at? And in your inward parts. So you can't go in and out. You stay in once you're in. But you got to have a desire for it. That's why he says I will give you the desires of your heart. You got to hear me with your spirit for this. You got to hear me with your spirit. And listen to this. Listen. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night. So now our streets are safe again. Why? Because of truth. You see what I'm saying? Now we don't have to cross the street because we see some young YNs coming and we don't know what's on their mind. We don't have to be afraid no more because of thy truth. What is thy truth? It is my shield and my buckler. So no matter what happens, they can't bother me. Man, I feel like shouting. Nor the terror, nor the arrow that flieth by day. So even when they want to pew pew in the daytime, can't bother us no more. As a matter of fact, because of it, it won't even come nigh your dwelling. The Bible says it shall not come nigh your dwelling. It shall not come nigh your dwelling. So if we can do it God's way, it won't even come. You don't have to worry about it no more. We done wasted a lot of money on pew-pews and lead to go in them for nothing. Take them message to the pawn shop. Get your money. And we not doing that no more. Not over here in this neighborhood. Not in that neighborhood over there. Not in Chicago no more. Not in Atlanta no more. Not in Detroit no more. Not in Baltimore no more. Not in Philly anymore. Not in Jacksonville, Houston, Dallas. Not in Oklahoma City no more. Not in Salt Lake City no more. Not in Memphis. Not in Memphis. Not in Little Rock, Arkansas. It ain't happening no more in Richmond, Fayetteville, North Charlotte, Raleigh. It ain't happening no more in Columbia and Charleston. It's not happening no more. We are waking up and coming together as a nation, and we're going to love our neighbors like ourselves. We ain't holding no grudges. We ain't trying to get back. We trying to build, be free, be holy, be perfect, be righteous, because we are one nation under God, indivisible, and ain't nothing y'all can do that can change that. This is real. Whew. Jesus. Man, listen. Listen. Nor the northern pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor of the destruction that wasteth at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. All because of what? Truth. All because of truth. What is truth? The law of God. Now my sisters are covered. All of them. Men, I want to say this. If you got a mother and she don't have a husband, you responsible for her. You hear me, right? If you got a mother, she don't have a husband, and you a man, I ain't talking about no boy now. There's a difference between a man and a boy. A boy is selfish. A man is willing to take care of somebody other than himself. Your mother is your responsibility. If you got a wife and she got a mother and she don't have a husband, go get that mother. She's your responsibility. Because men are responsible for the community. Believe it or not. We are responsible for the community. Our community is discombobulated because we men, we are too busy worried about the wrong stuff. We the people, I ain't gonna talk about what we talked about today yet. They ain't ready for that.
So, can I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
I heard you say that you're responsible for your mother if she ain't got no husband, and then if your wife's mother don't have a husband. So now, what about the folks that don't want no parts of this? Like they don't want to keep the laws and statutes. Is you still responsible for them?
Yes, sir. Because what God put on you ain't got nothing to do with them. Now let me just say this. You can't make somebody but you can't make somebody do something that don't want to do it. You follow me? Because you get yourself in trouble. So don't go trying to make them. You can only tell them, I'm going to be responsible. If they don't want that because of pride and ego, let them do them. You hear me, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I do. I hear you loud and clear. Loud and clear.
I'm screaming without screaming. Because this is real. So as men, because what it boils down to, as men, we are responsible. So the condition of our community rests on the back of the men. So listen, the only reason people move into our communities and move in and do stuff that don't align with us is because the men are sitting under a tree drinking karate beer. Hey, beloved warrior. Because they're drinking Thunderbird, cheap liquor, smoking blunts, and everybody taking over. All the money we spend on blunts and weed, we still broke. Lights still being cut off, water still being turned off, but you got some weed. And the weed man ain't trying to help you. Something wrong. Men are out of line. Men are out of line. We out of line. Let's repent and do it God's way. And I'm not telling you this to fight with you. I'm telling you this to self-examine. That's the only reason I'm saying this. I don't want you to look at other folks. I want you to look at you. Don't look at this other person over here and that other person over there and that's going on over there. Or they should have been here or they should have been here. Think about your own self. Let a man examine himself, see if there be any wickedness in him. We got the problem. Men, it's us. It's us. And we gonna fix it. We gonna fix it, right, fellas? We gonna fix this thing. Because we gonna love each other, right, fellas?
Yes, sir.
We gonna go to the barber shop and tell them brothers, look, we gonna love on each other. You know what I'm saying? Some of you brothers can make barbecue that's out of this world. But don't cook the pig though.
No swine on my mind and no pork on my fork.
There we go. But let's do it. Let's do it. You know, there's some of you on here, man, right now that's got some ideas in you that you just been too afraid to jump out there because you were scared of failing, I'm going to tell you something. You can't fail. It's impossible. The only reason you going to fail is because you never tried. That's the only reason. And listen, I'm going to tell y'all something, and I'm not bragging, but I'm going to tell you. I got enough knowledge in me to help just about everybody on this live and everybody you know get started in something. I can probably direct you in the right directions. I can get you going, help you with the finances, get you going for real. But the only reason you won't go is because you're scared. But you got the ideas, man. You got it in you. Some of you, man, got designs inside of you, man. Some of you are graphic artists, man. Some of you got some designs, some ideas in you, man, that could change the course of where we at. But because you scared of what people gonna say. Man, forget about people. Do what God put in you. You know, the one thing I'm gonna say you about my mama, man, my mama made me believe that if I jump off a building, I could fly. That's how my mom treated me as I was growing up. She made me believe that there was nothing that I couldn't do. And baby, when I got out the nest, I went to running and flying. Sometime I flew high and soared, and sometime I was like under the ground, but I never stopped trying, even to this day. I'm telling you. Yeah, we about to do this thing, Tasha. I'm telling you. You can do it. I'm begging you. Stop thinking that you can't. You can. All we got to do is pull together and keep encouraging one another. And you know what, y'all? This is what we can do. Now faith. There we go. We talked about that about what, 2 or 3 weeks ago. Now faith, eternal faith, faith in the eternity, and eternal in the moment. That's the type of faith I'm talking about. We can do it, man. Listen, I don't like to talk money. But we got enough money on this live right now to make $1 million in the next 6 months. Right now. Just us right here, right now. You know the only reason it won't happen? Too many people scared. Too many people scared, and those that ain't scared that I ain't going to get enough out the pot. Well, the way the pot works is you make one pot, you build another pot, you build another pot, you build another pot. Everybody get a turn. But we're not willing to wait for that. There you go. You get a house. You get a business. You get a business. You get a business. You follow me? That's how this works. We can all, I see. I'm here to encourage us, y'all. I don't have all of the answers, brother, Pastor Knowledge. But I do have the ability to motivate us. I may not be the best administrator. Matter of fact, I wouldn't even want to be the administrator. But logistically, I can help. But we can pull together and make this work. Sister Shantrisha, we can cause her to have a whole beauty school where she's teaching women that's coming out of jail how to do hair. And we could use them same women on how to build or how to sew clothes. And we can make our own shoes. Why are we going to buy Nike when we can have Beth Yasharel shoe, House of Israel shoes? That's us. That's the name of us. Beth Yasharel, House of Israel. This is real. I thank you for that flamethrower. The real Most High will be the administrator. Let's go with it, y'all. Let's stop playing. And let's do it. Let's do it. And the only way we're going to do it is how truth. What's the truth? The truth is our shield and our buckler. The shield is our protector. What does the scripture say? It says right here, he says that the shield, 1,000 gonna fall at one side, 10,000 at the right hand, but it shall not come down thy dwelling. And it says, only with our eyes will we behold and see the reward of the wicked. That's it. Y'all got to hear me with your spirit for this thing, man. Are you getting excited yet? Yes, sir. No, just put your phone on mute, and then when you finish, when the train come back, let me know. Okay, go ahead. Let me help. I got you, man. I want to tell you something, man. And a couple people already know this already. I already have the infrastructure to pull this off. Right now. Right now. I'm just inviting everybody in. See, the one thing you have to do right is you have to weed out bad apples. You right. You can't everybody can't go over with this. You know what I'm saying? Remember when Moses was when it was time to go into the promised land, everybody couldn't go. All the naysayers, all of the doubters, they couldn't come in. Everybody who had a complaint, they couldn't go. So only thing I'm doing now is I'm telling everybody what we're gonna do, how we can do it, and I'm trying to see who's on the lower side. Whose report are you gonna believe?
And one thing to add to that too is how it says the faith of a mustard seed you can move mountains. Well, at the same time, if you have the doubt of a mustard seed, that's great too. Move nothing. You gotta be totally committed.
Here's another thing that if you got doubt, if doubt is in your camp, then doubt is what you're gonna get. You ain't gonna be able to perform. You gotta knock them suckers off. You gotta get them out of there because that's even why Yahushua Hamashiach couldn't do what he did in his hometown. Couldn't even perform nothing because there was too much doubt there. So if you got doubt, that's not of the Most High. That's of the enemy.
Even
all praises to the Most High.
even you see in Genesis, I think it is when Caleb is sitting there and they're looking at the Canaanites. He said, "Who were they unto us?" He says, "With they are number grasshoppers unto us." You got to have that level of faith amongst everything, and sometimes it takes a while for people to get on the same page. Most High does everything in order. Everybody got to be ready. He ain't gonna jump out of order. Like there were some people who listened in Egypt, but they all had to come out together. They couldn't leave somebody back. Everybody got to be on the same page.
Let me frame my question a bit more. Like, so I'm from Cali, right? I'm back in Cali, but I went to Morehouse. I lived in Atlanta for 7 years, and I was surrounded by the most black people from all around the world, especially going to Morehouse that I have, in my entire life. And that's why I chose to go there, and it was an experience that I hold dearly. And the thing that broke my heart is I realized you can't save everybody and you can't take everybody with you.
No, sir.
Because also a part of that is the people that screwed me over the most were people that look just like me. Especially
that same happened to Jesus Christ.
Hold on.
Same happened to you.
I agree. But I know a lot of you brothers are well read and you're well into your studies as you should be. You know what I'm saying? I applaud you guys for that. But like also just dealing with the modern day, not everyone is like that. And it broke my heart when I tried and tried again, man. I started my own. Just different organizations and different things. And when something is really good, people when your own people go ahead and try and doubt part on you for that. Maybe you getting girls and whatever else, whatever the reason is, it's like crabs in a bucket. And so and that's why I asked that question. You know what I'm saying? It was a question, but it was also a revelation to where it's like you can't take everybody that looks like you. And so when he said, "Yeah, we're doing it right now," and we looking to see who else want to come on board, who receives this message, that's why I'm like, okay, I understand what he's going for. You know what I'm saying?
It's all about.
Can I say something?
Sometimes you try to do things ahead of time, and it's not the right time. It's all about timing and patience with the Most High, like what we said. Everything in decency and in order. So even though you got the right thing, it may not have been the right time for the people to latch on. But we all, and I'm gonna shut up after this, we all done ran into that when it comes to our own, how they, kick us to the curb and they ain't trying to invest in what we're doing. Because we might have done something at a time like, oh man, the Most High telling me to do this, and the Most High's like, look, I told you, but I ain't tell you to say it to him right now. And it's almost like a Joseph effect. Like you had something right then and there, and instead of your brothers and your sisters or your family listening to you right then and there and understanding what you were saying, you spoke too early.
Can I say something to add to that, brother? Too, just trying to piggyback on what he's saying.
Yeah.
Man, the biggest thing that we got to realize in looking at this, if we was to go back and read the scriptures in Egypt, if all those people were to wake up today and you ask them who they mad at, they not gonna tell you a white person. You know what I'm saying? They gonna look at it's gonna be someone that look like us. So we can't get hung up on color, because that's a color doctrine. We got to get hung up on who's following the law, and then that's gonna be your true north. That's like the Messiah said, "Who's my mother or who's my brother?" He didn't ask who his father was. He said, "Except those that do the will of my Father." So they may look just like us, but if they not following the rules that are set forth in Leviticus, Exodus 20 on down, then they not Israel. And as painful as that is to realize, but there were people that were right there that said, "Hey, put his death on us," right? They was right there in the face of salvation and couldn't see it. You know what I'm saying? And there was a lot of other people that didn't look like us. There was a lot of Gentiles standing outside saying, "Let us hear that message." Even like Pilate, he said, I find this man innocent. He washed his hands of it. He said, "Give us Barabbas." So we got to make sure that we're looking at people not how they look, but how they act. Almost like what Martin Luther King said, the content of their character, the content of how much they follow the law. And I'll leave that alone.
I thank you for saying that, because believe it or not, that's what Paul was talking about in Romans 10:9. We told everybody that's how you get saved. But when those people were saying Romans 10:9, he says that thou shalt confess with thy mouth the Lord Jesus and believe in thine heart that the Lord raised him from the dead, thou shalt be saved. For with the heart man believeth unto righteousness, and with the mouth confession is made unto salvation. what they were doing right, that confession was the identity that I follow the law of God. And so when they would meet somebody, because all Israel wasn't believing that Yahushua HaMashiach was who he said he was. And so the only reason how they identified each other was they would say these words. So, but we've allowed Western culture to come in and give us these words and say, oh, that's how you're saved. These words were the identity of who you were and whose you were. And so if you would meet someone and these were their words, then you know they were part of you. If these were not their words, then you know they're not a part of you. Just like my man said, if you're following the law, you're a part. If you're not, you're not. So we're not going, and I'm not hating on you. I'm not mad with you because you're not, but I'm looking for someone who is. Because that's my brother. That's my friend. That's not my enemy. That's the one that he was telling me to love thy neighbor as thyself. That's what he was talking about. And so the identity for us, it's like he said, is the law of God and not. It's just that simple. There's no in between. And everybody ain't going to come in at the same place. But that don't mean everybody can't come in. You just got to have a desire. Whosoever will. You got to have a desire for this. Let's do it God's way, y'all. Let's do it. Romans. And we know all things work together for good. That's for God. For them that love him, who are called according to his purpose, not yours, his. See, you don't have a purpose. You must realize that your purpose is his purpose. Let's do it God's way. I thank you for putting that up there too. Chazak, thank you for putting that up there. Now, I'm going to try to finish. Go ahead. I'm going to try to finish this up, though, before I hang up tonight. Zach Tarak. Okay. Kazak Tarak. To God be the glory. Sorry about that, Kazak Tarak. And here we go. It says, only with thine eyes shall I behold and see the reward of the wicked, because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. So that's what we've done when we're doing this. We've made God our habitation, and therefore we can receive the blessings of the promise. What's the blessings of the promise? The head, not the tail, above and not beneath, healed and not sick. It says, no evil shall befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. It shall not come nigh your dwelling. Now your family is healed because you doing it right. That's why I told you, don't worry about whether they doing it. You do it. That way, even if you doing it and they not doing it, guess what happens? They get the benefit just because you in the house. Y'all don't understand how important this is. This is very important. And so the plan, what did I gave us 5 things to look forward to? What were they? I'm going to give them to you again. A hospital, a bank, a grocery store, a school, and one more. Hospital, bank, school, grocery store, and it was one more. What was the last one I said? No. Nobody remember? Hospital, bank, school, oh yeah, place together. Thank you, we the people. A place together. We need those places. And the only way we going to get them is we going to turn everybody into an entrepreneur. If you want it. If you don't want to be one, we're going to set you up where you can work for one. And all of the benefits that you need, everything you need, we're going to have the insurance agents there. We going to have everything in the house for us.
Can I ask another question?
Yes, sir.
So many N-words get very excited when you mention money and liquidity. And yeah, I don't want to say the word, but
Negroes.
no, and I didn't want to designate it to Negroes.
Niggas.
No, I didn't want to designate it to Negroes because that's not a derogatory term. That's not who I was, trying to.
Okay, go ahead with it, buddy.
Essentially, is what I'm saying is people, our people get very excited when the start to act different, right? And so, like, it makes me think about when N-words get money and how the black dollar circles. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say your plan works out and N-words get money, and how does that black and you talked about it, a hospital, a bank, and X, Y, and Z. But let's say the first ones start and they get money. What's to stop them from buying, Gucci and
Hey,
Dolce Gabbana
I
and
got
X,
you.
Y, and Z?
I got you,
You know
man.
what I'm saying?
I
And so
got you, baby.
that's my question.
I got you. You know,
You have to.
I got you, man.
That's
You
what I'm
gon'
saying. That's a point of concern.
I understand, but I got you. I got you. Dude, what did Jethro tell Moses? You need to set men over men.
Yeah. You need to train folks like you because you can't do this job on your own.
There you
So you're
go.
going to have
And so you're gonna have
thousands,
this is what
hundreds of thousands. You're going to have 50s, tens. You got to set men over them that's going to be in charge. You
these
can't do this on your own.
and these are called advisory boards. So over every because what you're gonna have is you're gonna have five facets to it.
Exodus chapter 21.
And so when you're gonna have these five facets to it, you each one of the facets, each one of them is gonna have an administrative board over it. Now, if you want to see how this work, what you're gonna do right is you go and you study the Mennonite church because all of the money ain't gonna go like you think. See, because when we get it the right way, once we get it where we can offer $30,000 to put into a bond for every person, that means that we're going to be able to do self-insurance for each person at a cost of only $10 a month. Y'all don't understand this thing. This is huge.
People that join.
That the people that's a part of it. See, this is a nation now. This is not a cult. This is not this is a nationhood. And you know how we call it the hood, the ghetto? This is a nationhood. We got a set of standards. That's not mine. That's the law. So ain't none of our sisters going to be unprotected. And our brothers are going to be willing to help each other. And we're not going to believe in abortions. We're not going to believe in unaliving each other. We're not going to believe. We're only here to promote. And this is going to be the standard. And we're going to have an administrative board. Everybody is going to have somebody to answer to. Everybody. Huh? Absolutely. So, Brother Fro, I don't have the answer to that question. You put me on the spot with that. I don't have the answer to that one. But what I do have is we're going to get started. And we're going to get started. And we're going to get started in the new year. Now, I'm just having a conversation tonight. I'm just trying to see who all is in and who ain't, who will be a part. And I want to get the word out. Because once we start, we can't do it on this. You can't come to this place no more. It's too public.
Hey, I wanted to add something to that with you because I started out like I went to school for sales. I went to Notre Dame for sales and business consulting, but now I work in. I have my own construction company, right? And I learned how to do electrical. I think one of the things would be great if we had a opportunity to teach people how to do these trades because I live in Atlanta and they, actually Powder Springs, they took a lot of the trades out of the black schools on the south side, and now you go to a lot of the girl schools like in Alatoona, they got like AutoCAD, they got Auto Shop, and a lot of people
Where
think
were
that
you
if
at the
you got
beginning of this call?
a cool degree, that sets you apart. Nah, it's really what it says, and the Bible says, a skillful man will eat with kings, meaning you know how to work with your hands, you know how to build stuff. And I'd be down to even help teach guys how to do electrical, like how to do a wire tap, how to run conduit.
But
Because I
listen,
think
wait.
that's the number one thing that'll separate people. Because especially so many folks get kicked out of the United States, they say they're gonna need some 800,000 electricians next year.
Listen, man,
That's powerful.
man, listen. I already told us how we gonna do this. We gonna do this using the government to fund the thing. You got that license. We're gonna get a somebody. It's somebody on here that can write a curriculum, and we're gonna use.
GPT.
You see what I'm saying? Well, no. We can use Chat GPT, but if you use Chat GPT, most people ain't gonna read it. So we're gonna try to send it to the state and get your accreditation for teaching a certification program so that it's accredited and you can get money from the state for the teaching. But if this is why you have to do it, I would prefer someone write it and we study it together. Therefore, as we're teaching it, because as you're teaching it, you know, they know, you use Chat GPT, and I'm familiar with Chat GPT. But if I just use Chat GPT to write a contract for me one day last week. But if you use it, what's gonna happen is you're not gonna know everything in it, because just like I've done, I let it write it, I skimmed through it, and I sent it in. The people call me. You know what I'm saying?
Read, and most black people can't read. And so I ask you, do you have experience with irrevocable trust? Irrevocable trust. Do you have experience with that? And are you interested in it? If you don't,
Yes, I'm interested, my friend. But listen, this is what I want you to do, my friend.
Can I say something to him, brother? We taught the world how to read.
Hey, hold on. Hey, hold on, Mo Rich. Hold on. Let's let we the people talk for a minute.
like I understand the history, but modern day, the education has failed the black man, and that's what I'm talking about.
Man, Benjamin Banneker, you should know better than that coming out of Morehouse. Benjamin Banneker, Carter G. Woodson. There's so many guys that invented the super soaker, that invented the escalator, that invented the elevator. The whole bypass.
Yeah, I agree. Yep.
The triple bypass came from a black guy that never even went to medical school.
Hey, fellas, hold on one
And
second.
that was
Your
a
alarm
privilege
system,
for me
Bluetooth,
going there.
internet.
That's the point.
Can I speak to the brother for a second?
Yeah.
Go ahead, man. See what you can do.
Can I speak to the brother for a second?
Yeah, go ahead, we the people.
Yeah, I understand. You have your doubts and your concerns and everything else like that. And maybe this opportunity isn't your opportunity. But whatever opportunity that you choose to go after, just take this little piece of advice with you. Ignorance on fire is better than knowledge on ice.
Woo-wee.
And everything that you saying, bro, everything that you saying, it sounds like you're very knowledgeable, but it sounds like you ain't willing to do nothing with it. Now, I'm a straight shooter, so I'm going to talk to you straight, and I say it out of love. Don't take it no type of way, whatever else like that. I'm just speaking, like I'm saying, direct, because you've been saying things direct, so I'm giving you the same energy that you're putting out there. Hopefully it's not offensive. If it is, you might want to reconsider how you putting things.
No, you good.
Yeah. So when things get started, you don't try to give a fetus calculus. That's not what you do. And right now, you talking in details of the nooks and crannies and the things like that. And this is just brothers that are coming together that's trying to put something together for a nation that doesn't have anything. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, maybe this isn't for you. Maybe the Most High can bless you with a different plan, or a better plan, or whatever else like that. But what we don't want to do is to try to try to be a Debbie Downer on a situation because you feel as though that we don't have the resources. I just want to let you know this about reading. The people that, the nation that holds the number one title in literacy conversion is black people, because nobody learned how to read faster than us. Nobody learned how to read more than us. Than when we got out of slavery and we had no education. It was against the law for us to read.
Yeah, to catch up 400 years.
Facts, and we did that faster than China is doing right now. We still hold the record in that. So what I'm saying is this, is that maybe what he's saying is, maybe it's not for me. Maybe what Uncle's saying is not for you. Maybe it's not for both of us. But the whole thing is that, I'm going to say it one more time, you got to do something than sitting on your hands. So ignorance on fire is better than knowledge on ice.
I would like to respond to that. I mean, my main point is when I came into this thing is who are you waiting on? So I agree with all of your points. Maybe you misconstrued it me, but I agree with all of that. You know what I'm saying? And so when you're talking about blacks being able to read out of it, this education faster than the next man, that is not no longer that no longer holds true today. And you have to, if you really want to help black people, you have to look at the modern statistics. And I mentioned many, many times every time I spoke, modern day, modern, modern. It's these things no longer hold. We can't hold to the greats of our ancestors, our great grandparents, or our grandparents, depending on how old you are, and the things that they've done. This is 2026. Things have changed. Modern day and the youth, you know what I'm saying? Like there are things that we have to put into. I'm not finished. There are things that we have to put into motion.
I was just agreeing with you. I hear what you where you come from.
Okay. Yeah, my fault.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Like there are things that we have to make adjustments to and put into motion. You know what I'm saying? Like to adjust with the modern times. And so, like, the things that our forefathers were dealing with are completely different than the things that we are dealing with. And so, the movement, and I'm not being a Debbie Downer, I'm not trying to go ahead. The thing is, I want this to succeed. I watch literally just about, I don't know how far I could scroll on Unc's videos, and I've listened to many of his lives. And I'm like, man, I really want this to succeed. But I've also been on other many lives, other in person, you know, just different movements, congregations, things like this, and I see where they fail. And so when I ask the questions, it's not, I've never actually mentioned what my opinion was, what I thought should be. I've just asked the questions. You see what I'm saying?
And I got where you're coming from.
You know what I mean? And so, like,
I get where
that's just where I'm at because, like, I really want this thing to succeed. If he has it to where he has it, like, bro, don't wait on nobody. Go ahead. You have enough of your community. You know what I'm saying? And then we go forward from there. And that's kind of my main point.
Now, I hear where you're coming from, and I believe that when you have concerns like this, I think Unc is trying to tell everybody here what he's trying not to do is tip his hand on this platform because he's saying that this is just like I say, whether you want to call it a brainstormer or a starting point or whatever else like that, to how can I say it? Everything that our ancestors had in them for us to have the literacy title, even to this day, even though we're not using some of those things, I hear what you're saying with the literacy rate that it is right now, it's still in us. It's still in us. And when I say that it's still in us,
I'm not saying we're
one second.
Yeah.
1 second. I'm saying that it's still in us. And even though we haven't used it, and even though some generations haven't used it in certain types of ways that would be valid, by, scores and tests and stuff like that, even when it came to us doing evil, all they got to do is really just drop it off to us. We figure out how to chop it down, weigh it, put it on the scale, bag it up and stuff like that. We did it out the mud in almost every single arena. We shouldn't be here today, but somehow we survived with as little education that we have. Now, what happens when organization gets put behind the gifts, the talents, the ideas, the entrepreneurships, and different things like that? Sometimes you're not going to have everything at the starting line. It's meant for you to have it as you proceed. But if you're going to proceed, you have to also know where you at. There's certain things we can't talk about on here. There's certain things that can't be said. And we know why for the powers that be and so on and so forth. But don't downplay your own people. If you are Israel or, Israelite, I know you're saying, the blacks and the different things. I hear the different terminology, so it got me questioning who you are. But at the same time, if you are a part of Israel, forget all of that stuff that's being said. It's like a bike. You're not going to find your balance until you move forward. So at some point, you're going to have to start, you're going to have to pedal, and you're going to have to move forward. And while you're moving forward, that's when you find your balance, bro. So, like I said, man, if you are a part of the other nations, I would suggest, man, I'm going to implore you, man, to grab onto the skirts of Judah, grab onto the skirts of Israel, because the Most High, if He gives us a plan, just like He gave to Joseph in the time of that Egypt, that would be cool. But if we look around, what we supposed to do? Twiddle our thumbs, not do anything? I'm not worried about success. The Most High is the one that determines what's success. Even if it's only one person or 5 people or 5 million, it's going to be the Most High that determines what that success is. But you can't get anywhere by browbeating somebody that's coming along and saying, let's try something different. I have something that is here to be offered. It's a plan. You can hear it out. After you hear it out, it's like, okay, you can either take it or leave it. And that's if you're one that He chooses to take with you. But whether that is or whether that's not, bro, you can't. It's so easy to go negative at the beginning of something. We need, number one, we need positive thinkers. We do need people that are kind of checkpoints and stuff like that. But it's a time and place. And right now, He's just delivering it. He's trying to give you the start point. That's what He's giving you right now. He's not jumping into the middle of it. He's not talking about it from the end.
I say something. I agree. No, I agree with you. Like, I agree with a lot of the things that you said, but the thing I disagree with is, I mean, everything you said is aside from the brow beating. Like, the thing is, like, we've been such beaten and whipped and downtrodden on things to where if you have valid questions, all I did was ask questions, and you're placing like I'm browbeating
Can you
the
make me a
entire
moderator?
movement. You need to have people like me, and I don't even want to be a part. You know what I'm saying? Like, not even. It doesn't even have to be me. Is what I'm saying. Is you need people to ask valid questions that will strengthen the movement. And that's the thing. Like, and the fact that you look at it as bashing, browbeating, or downtrodden on black people, no, that's wrong. That's not
That's
what
what
I'm
you're doing.
Guys, hold on. That's no, it's not. And so, like, if you ask for clarification, maybe that's how you took it. Hold on. And I would argue that or you guys call him Unk, but the host has actually enlightened me on actually what he was doing, and I didn't even have any feedback to that at all. And so that's the thing. And so, like, you need criticism, valid criticism in any movement, because no one is 100% correct. Thank you. Hold on. And I'm not saying that I'm 100% correct or I know what's better. Absolutely not. All I'm saying is there should be, and all I've done was pose questions. That's all I've done. And he's answered them, and I'm like, okay, well, I know more. I've never stated what I thought should be or what should be better or I disagree with this at all. You know what I'm saying? And so the only thing that I'm disagreeing on is that, you know what I'm saying, you guys are looking at my
Talk
take
about
a
black
bit
people
different.
about as soon as they get some money, how they act. What you mean?
Saying I understand you. Maybe some of us may be taking it different way. What you are saying, you are 100, okay? You're talking about when some people start, our own people don't help, and all those. We all know that's the modern world we are in. Many people sometimes just look at material things instead of.
Bro, is this a Metro PC phone? Like, what's going on?
What the heck? See, this the stuff that we talking about.
Can you hear me? What I was trying to say is that what you're saying.
He young man.
You remember when we use the word, if you want to hide something, if you want to hide something from black man, I put it in the book.
Bro, he's not even American. That's what I'm saying. Like, he's not even American.
Can we dismiss this cat? We've done what we had to do the whole time. Can we just dismiss him?
Hey, hold on there. Brother Borte is a good friend of mine, y'all, and I know he has an accent, but he's a good friend. Now, Brother Froyo.
Apologies, I just can't hear him correctly. I'm sorry.
You just up there said about a Metro PCS, boy.
Yeah. Brother Borte is a very good friend of mine.
Take a slap. Shots and then try to you throwing a rock and you hiding your hand.
Hey,
can you hear me now?
Yeah. Hey, Brother Borte.
Okay, it was on my Bluetooth, so I have to come up and get my Bluetooth. Okay, so what I was
That's the thing.
trying to say is what our brother was saying. We should just look at it. It's bringing idea. We all have an idea, but we don't want to do it. So it's coming up with what is stopping people. All right, Hunk is bringing an idea so that we all can involve in and go. So when he's talking, he's trying to say, "Oh, nowadays our people are doing this. Our people are doing this." We all know that read the Bible. And the Bible also tells us that lack of knowledge, my people get perished. Last time we used to use this word. Last time you said something, I also said it. They say if you want to hide something from a black man, put it in what?
Book.
Thank you. So when he's saying our people don't read, we are not talking about
That's
color
because
or
it was
anything.
illegal. Wait, can I clarify? The reason
No,
why
no,
they
hold
said
on,
that
hold
is
on, bro.
because it was
When he
illegal
said
for
that,
black
what he got
people
to
to
say.
read.
when he say, bro, when he's saying that our people don't read, it's not insulting our people. It's not insulting anything. The Bible even have told us lack of knowledge. My people get blind. So it's not about color. It's just saying that many of us don't like to read. Many of our people don't want to read. It doesn't mean that they don't know how to read. So sometimes we just have to ignore certain words because when we pick certain words, it twists our understanding. We have to open our mind and listen and understand what he's trying to say. Because he's trying to say that because people don't like reading nowadays, so they don't understand things and do things right. So what Unc is coming with, we all understand it. He's new here asking questions. So let's understand that when we shouldn't feel about our people, our people. Our people is the same people that were got blind because of lack of knowledge. So sometimes when someone come in and saying things, let's listen to his view and see and understand what he's trying to say. Because we did everything. But the same as of us, we lack knowledge and the Bible tells us. So yes.
Can I say something, please, real quick, to that this whole notion about like if you want to hide something from a black person, put it in the book. That came because it was illegal for us to read.
Facts.
Yes.
Do you understand that? Do you understand that like black people were dying trying to learn how to read? Do you understand that a lot of our people taught themselves how to read?
Y'all don't know TikTok etiquette, but you gotta say unalive. Passing away.
I knew that. That's what I'm saying. It was a say.
But it's not. Let me just say this. It's not completely accurate to say that we don't want to read or we don't know how to read or anything of the sort. Especially when your ancestors may not have been put to death for trying, or unalive, sorry, for trying to do such. That's not an accurate
I
depiction.
understand that. If you see where I was coming from, I didn't
No, I
say
see exactly where you're coming
yeah,
from.
I wouldn't say they use that code because of the system here.
Can I say something
And
to you,
our
bro?
brothers nowadays to want to do sports and other stuff without reading and learning their own contract and everything. So it's coming from different perspectives. Doesn't mean that we don't like to read. Doesn't mean that we don't want to do this. But our brother is coming from different view. That look, our brothers go to school. They want to do sports. They want to do this and this and that. But they don't learn certain things that will help them in their trade. Because if you don't learn how to do this, reading and know how to read your contract, they will give you some shit contract, and then later on you finish your school and you don't have nothing. So it is coming out from different view. We shouldn't feel like, oh,
Hey, brother Borte.
we didn't do this. We should just
Brother Borte.
mind from that and learn, like just move forward and see where the person is coming from to understand the person.
Hey, brother.
Just leave it there like that. That's what I'm trying to come with.
Okay, brother Borte.
Can I say something?
Yeah. I want to get back on track though, because we kind of drifted off into something else. I really want to stay focused, but go ahead.
No, I'm gonna mute up.
No, go ahead. Say what you're gonna say, brother Wee.
No, I was just gonna say that with all of the things that's being said about reading and everything else like that, most of the entrepreneurs that are millionaires to billionaires didn't have a high school diploma, and a majority of them were dyslexic. And you know what they did? They hired people that could actually read things for them. Now, I know one thing about my people. We use our ears real good, even if we can't read. Matter of fact, we can read people better than most people can. And we understand that we living in a world where things have been hidden behind words and stuff like that. Brother Borte, he's making a good point behind that. But however, this this is a new day. This is a new age. Lamar Jackson, even his mom negotiated his contract in the NFL. And she's a smart, educated black woman, and so on and so forth. Not everybody's gift is going to be in the literary arts. It's not going to be with the reading. Some people are great at reading, but they have poor comprehension. And I think that we've been jumping through the hoops of all of these things that they place before us with the college degrees and this, that, and the third. And all we wind up with is the biggest debt in the world. And guess what? Most of us aren't even operating in the places that we went well read in to read because we're not creating opportunities for ourselves. Unc is offering people to create opportunities for themselves no matter what reading level that you was on, no matter what they said about you. He's talking about bringing together gifts, and if I have a weakness, my brother be my strength. And if my brother has a strength, guess what? That'll help another brother with his weakness. Now, if we're talking against those things because you're saying, oh, well, we're not doing good because we don't read and we're sports players or we're musicians, and then we get screwed over and everything else like that. Absolutely, I agree with you. The history is there, but you cannot deny the history is there that we did it out of nothing for over 400 years. We the people, 16, 19. That's 400 years that my people are still here. People still strive, being hung, being put, being unalived, and all of that stuff like that. And guess what? Some of our mothers and our grandmothers come from Jim Crow. They were sharecroppers. I know my grandmother was. Not only was she a sharecropper, she had to come out of school at what was that? At the third grade. She was taken out of school and she was a straight A student. And you know what she became? She became a nurse. So I'm looking for the least of these because the Most High always confounds the wise with the simple. And I'm looking for the wisdom that comes from above and not from the wisdom that comes from the earth. Now, I don't know everything that Unc got going on or whatever else like that. I'm inspecting it too. So I'm with you, brothers, that are saying that bears some room for inspection. But my goodness, y'all, it almost sounds like you hate your own nation. And I'm just telling you how it sounds.
We the people. Before Unc let this young man come on, I didn't even plan on coming on. Unc was on fire. And it seems like
facts on facts.
All they did was come on and sow seeds of doubt. And all I was trying to encourage Unc to do is just come on and stick with it. And you can't show your hand totally on a social media platform. So what I'm saying is, and I'm done, he came in respectfully sowing seeds of doubt. Then sometimes he was talking in third person as if he's not melanated. So, continue on, please. I'm muting my mic. I didn't even plan to come on and say anything.
That's my man right there, Brother ISREAL. We thank God for you. Yeah, I want to get back to it, y'all. Listen, y'all. I'm gonna bring it on in now. Only tonight, I wanted to bring out that we can do something. We can and we got to. We cannot continue the way we're going. As men. As men, we can't. We just can't. So I've only came up with stuff that God put in me years ago that we can do as a nation. And it's not about your education don't matter. What you got, how much money you got, that don't matter. So don't think that your education and your money puts you in front of somebody. Only thing it does is it gives you a different position. By that mean, Paul says some people have money to give. That's their gift. Some people got the education to write to help write curriculums and to help do accounting and manage the money and help to administer. That's your gift. But that does not make me any better than the guy that's painting the wall. That does not make the guy painting the wall any better than me. And I don't want us to look at each other like that, because that is a Western mentality that brings about covetousness, envy, maliciousness, hatred. And then you're going to find yourself right back in that spot worse. So as and we're going to do it. Those who want, let's go. Those who don't, exit. But we're gonna do it. And I'm telling you, we're going to set up shop in every major city everywhere. It's going to take time. It's going to take preparation. I don't have all the answers. I just want to. Do you like what they're doing? Someone have a heart attack, they put that thing on you to bring your life back. What's those things called? Where they shock you, you wake up. I'm just trying to wake you up. Because you got it. Every one of you got what you need already. You just need someone to put those things on you. What are those things called? What are they called? Anybody know? Yeah, defibrillator. Yeah, we got to have that. I want us to really begin to self-examine, because we can't do nothing if we're not willing to self-examine. And let's not get caught up in side conversations. Let's not get caught up like we went off way off track, got in there reading and all that. None of that has nothing to do with nothing. Because I ain't asked nobody to read, ain't nobody asked nobody to read. So it doesn't matter. Who can read, who can't read. That none of that matters. What's your idea?
That's not the point. That's why I was laughing, because it's
Right.
not about the reading.
Right.
It's about the waking up. The guy asked about people are waiting. So it's like the way you say to shop, you are waking it up to do the thing. So
That's it.
I
That's
don't
it.
like reading, but you look at my page, you see the things I do. I'm an electrician.
Right.
I have my gentleman license. I do a lot.
So we got
Electronics engineer. So I'm doing it already.
Yeah,
You
so
can see my page, or you can check my page. So I do it. Only thing I was just trying to say is that, hey guys, where he's coming from is asking why people are waiting. We should get up. So, and it's all I'm trying to say is that the reason why he's bringing the reading, he brought that inside was, because maybe think people don't do things or do their research, because not everybody can do research. Like we the people said, other people do the thing and they have their own lawyers to take off it. So what Unc is trying to bring is the same thing. Maybe I'm doing electrician here in Houston, Texas. Unc can say, hey, Gabe, I've got some job for you. Go and do it. Like bring family together. So I understand that. All I was trying to say was, I was trying to say, why are we waiting for that? So
yeah, these bones can live.
And I appreciate the fact that, like I said, if these are people that's of our nation and they see that we're doing, something to bring the people together, it's like, man, I'm about to go Nehemiah 6:6 on, like, I'm saying, on this thing. And if those that know, you know. And if you can read it. If you can't, get the audio scriptures. But when Nehemiah was trying to build the wall and the Gentiles tried to come and ask if they can help him, Nehemiah said no. As soon as Nehemiah said no, the same people that asked him if he can help build the wall were the same people that tried to come and tear it down. I just don't want to see the people that are not from our nation see us doing something for our nation and coming to try to say we're coming with helping hands. But if they don't benefit off of our nation, they're here to tear it down.
You're 100%.
I have a hard suspicion out of some of the things that I heard, some people might be
Exactly what you're saying. Keep it a bean.
To God be the glory, man.
I'm the man that said, black people struggle with reading, and the fact that people want to act like there is not a discrepancy between black and white education within the United States.
Wait. I don't want to go down that street. Sister Brandy.
Still talking over me.
Let's not go into this again. Let's get back to what Uncle was
You
saying.
guys are taking it way too far.
Listen.
You guys were the ones who held on to that point, and you guys were the ones that took it too far and strayed from the original point. And so that's why I just want to make that clear.
As an angel of light.
And I'm the one that brought that up, and because it's true. And so that's something that we also need to work on.
But yeah, we'll get there. We ain't even got past square one yet. Let's get past square one. Okay. Let's get past square one. Please, y'all. I don't want us to get off track. And brothers, and I'm gonna call two brothers out. We the people and Pastor Knowledge, let's not allow this to pull us off track, please. Remember, I talked to y'all about this individually. But brother 4-year-old, I'm not sure I'm saying your name right, but all I want us to do is stay on track. And I understand your questions, I understand your concerns, but let's not get off track. And like I told y'all, this is not the platform to let the cat out the bag. I'm just testing the waters. Believe me, this is just small. Hey, Kevin, this is just small, y'all. So let's stay focused. Let's stay focused. Yasharel, Beth Yasharel, House of Israel. Beth Yasharel. Let's stay focused. Let's do it God's way. Go examine yourself. Go examine each person, examine his own self. Let's not.
Say it the way you said it earlier. What's the way you said it earlier,
I done forgot.
Do it your damn self.
Right, do it your damn self. Right. Examine yourself, please. Look at your own self first, and second, and third. Matter of fact, stay focused on you. So when we come together, you are empty of you, and you're not focused on what they can do, what they're not doing. Because everybody brings something different to the table. Everybody. Everybody. And your gift is no more valuable than the next man's gift. What did Yahushua HaMashiach say to the woman who gave 1 penny? She gave more than everybody. So the point of... Yes, sir.
You mentioned, us coming together as men, and setting the status quo, which I agree with. And so, what about the women, right? And so, are you for us getting with the women because they look like us, because they're from us, or are you willing, or are you for getting with women who are with the status quo, who may not look like us?
Women that look like us.
I just want to know.
And women that look like us. Every nation takes care of their own people. Everybody. Everybody. So, but that's a whole nother piece. Let's get the men right first. Let's deal with these men. The women that's on that want to come right now, you're welcome. But I'm really focused on the men, because men set the standard for the community, y'all. And I'm not just talking. I'm trying to help us to understand something here. I'm trying to help us. Examine yourselves. Whether ye be in the faith, prove your own self. Know ye not your own selves, how that Jesus Christ is in you, except ye be reprobates. Listen, y'all. Thank you for that, Brother Shaq Tramp. Thank you for that. Listen, y'all. Let's do it God's way. Examine yourself. Look in you. And as you examine yourself, write down your strong points. Write down your strong... Yeah, I'll make you one, Brother Pastor Knowledge. Write down your strong points. Write them down. Write down your weak points. Because I'm going to tell you, when we come together, I don't wear my feelings on my sleeve. So if you see me slipping, call me out. Because you know what? I'm going to call you out. And and don't come with your emotions. Leave them on your dresser at your house. Don't bring your feelings or your emotions, none of that, because we're on a mission here, y'all. And the mission is to get out of this mess, to get away from the punishment, the curse. So I don't got time to be dealing with your feelings, your little emotions. Take all that mess. And I'm telling you, I'm a nice guy, but I'm gonna tell you, man, I'm not caught up. I'm not caught up on feelings. I'm not caught up on your emotions. So keep that in check. If you can't handle your emotions, I'm telling you, when we get into the business aspect of this thing moving together, you're going to see a different side of Unc.
So just so I'm clear, so I'm with an Egyptian woman. Is that wrong?
Dude, like I told you, examine yourself. You got your Egyptian wife, you love your Egyptian wife, we going to love her too.
No, she's not my wife. She's my girlfriend.
Well, if you, well, the way we believe, listen, you good, man. None of that matters. Well, ain't nobody going to judge you on nothing. Okay. You do, that's all I say. Okay, so we're doing it, and we're gonna make it work together. We're gonna make it work together. Okay, and like I've told you, man, I got a lot of ideas, but I don't have all the answers. I know that.
Hey,
yes, sir.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Yes, sir.
Please, sir. I'm locked in with you. Like, so for like someone like myself who wants to be tapped in, like how can I follow, or do you have like an email or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got a.
I'm picking up what you're putting down, so you know.
I got you, man. This is what I want to do, right? I want to have this conversation about 2 or 3 more times. Y'all bear with me now. Because what we need is about 12 solid people. Notice I said 12. And I want y'all to think about that spiritually why I said 12. It's very important. These are your committed. They were committed now. These are your committed that's going to be there no matter what.
12 disciples, 12.
What does
Yes.
how many people is anybody in the military? How many men are in the company in a military baton? Anybody know? It's 12.
12.
It's 12. It's very important because the 12 is what's going to build this thing. That's the solid foundation. Now you can get your 4,000. Now you can get your 10,000, 100,000 because you got your solid foundation, which is 12. So we're going to move, and we're going to move together. Begin to think. Let's do it God's way. Begin to think. Go read the law.
Listening earlier, and that's why I just put the quotation. It's just 4, 9 to 12. Like I said, you cannot do it by yourself.
No, can't do it. Let's do it.
When you've been saying I've been listening, I didn't come online. I was just listening. But because we were going on front and back, I just came to say, hey guys, just chill. This guy's asking questions. Just let's listen to him. That was it. But I was just listening. I wasn't trying to argue on anything. But like I said, 2 is better than 1. So
let's do it.
That's what I can say.
Let's do it God's way. Let's do it God's way, y'all. I got some people over on YouTube. I thank God for you guys over there. Sister D is over there, man. She is putting a lot of comments in. Clean house, strong house. The enemy always creep in unawares. Well spoken, defibrillator. Thank you for that, Sister D. Listen, y'all. I'm just trying to wake us up. Let's get woke. Let's do it God's way. Men, stand up and be men. Leave your feelings on the counter. Love your neighbor as yourself. Get rid of your grudges because I don't want you to bring in, I don't like this person. I don't leave that behind. We're not dealing with that, okay? If you got an alt with a brother, go get that mess straight. Then come back over here. Because I'm telling you, because I'm trying to help us, man, because this is bigger than just a financial movement. This is our health. You got to remember, not just yours, but your mothers, your daddies, your sisters, your brothers, your family. This has everything to do with everything. And if you're gonna bring your emotions and your feelings in, go and seek the Lord. Go and read Psalms 51. Keep reading it over and over and over and over and over. Create in me a clean heart. Renew a right spirit in me. Restore unto me the joy of thy salvation. Study it. Proverbs 15:31. Can you get that, brother Pastor Knowledge? Because we got to do it God's way. We got to. And y'all, I went over tonight. I tried to stop at 10 o'clock. I thank God. I always try to stop at 10 o'clock. Y'all know that. We're about 10 minutes over. Thank you for all the likes and stuff. He's gonna read Proverbs 15 and 32, and y'all, we're gonna get ready to go. Brother Mo Rich, yeah, I would like to talk to you. I'm in Macon, Georgia, man. I'm not far from you. We got a lot of ideas, man, that can pull us out collectively as a people. You better stay out my city working because we do the same work, but you better stay up there where you at. But anyway. I know, man. I know. Hey, come on, Pastor Knowledge.
All praises, hallelujah. Proverbs chapter 15, verse 32. He that refuses instruction despises his own soul, but he that heareth reproof getteth understanding. I'm going to read this last part to go with it. The fear of the Most High is the instruction of wisdom, and before honor is humility.
To God be the glory. Before honor is humility. Humble yourself. Leave your feelings and your emotions behind. Brother, we the people put up there. Behold how good and pleasant it is for the brethren to dwell in unity together. We thank God for this, y'all. It was an amazing night tonight. I think that if you got it, man, I believe you're going to have some dreams. I believe you're going to be excited. You're going to wake up with a whole new look on life starting tomorrow morning. And matter of fact, starting right now, I believe that, and as you see this thing, it's going to become more alive to you. You're going to see that we can, and whether you're in Philadelphia or in Oklahoma, whether you're in Houston, Texas, or Seattle, Washington, whether you're in Miami or you're in New York City, we're going to be able to pull this thing together. We're going to pull this together, and we're going to keep the feast days like we're supposed to. We're going to keep the Sabbath day like we're supposed to, and we're going to do it God's way regardless of what anybody say, and we're not going to be sidetracked by distractions. The biggest enemy of Israel is distraction. That's our biggest enemy, and we got to realize it, okay? So even when they come on this live, please, y'all, when they come on the live and you see it's a distraction, don't entertain it. Please. Okay? Please don't. Because that feeds into it, and we'll find ourselves moving in another direction. There we go. Listen to this. He putting some more there. Finally, be ye all of one mind, having compassion one another, love as brethren. Let's do it God's way. I'm excited. I think that it's time that we move it God's way. I know it is. We got to do it God's way. We don't have no other choice as a nation, not as a religion, but as a nation. Let's do it God's way. Thank you, Sister Brandy. Thank you, Brother Pastor Knowledge. Thank you, Brother Brother Mo Rich. Thank you, Brother We the People. Thank you, Brother Norriswell. My other brother that was on, had the Egyptian wife. We thank God for you. We thank God for Brother Borte. And everybody that put comments in, everybody that was over on YouTube. We thank God for everybody. Y'all listen in your mind. Remember what the Antichrist is. The Antichrist is wickedness. Look in you and see if there is any wickedness in you, because that means you, my friend, are the Antichrist. Let's change our trajectory. Let's do it God's way. Y'all, I love y'all. I thank God for everybody on here tonight, man. Pray for me and my family, man. Y'all see the videos. Y'all pray for us as we keep moving, man. Let's do it God's way. We'll see y'all again on Wednesday night. Okay, I will, Mo Rich. Oh, no, Brandon sent you something. Brother Mo Rich, respond to Brandy, please. But yes, sir.
Pick up your phone.
Oh, you gonna call me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, no problem. All right. She sent you a private message, Brother Mo Rich, on your TikTok. Good night, y'all. Thank you for the likes, man. We made over 100,000 again. To God be the glory. To God be the glory. Hey, Pastor Knowledge, I'm going to have to call you because my phone cuts off at 10 o'clock. So I'll call you. All right.